This is Coach Bill with Meditate, and thank you for joining me in this meditation. This meditation is going to focus on loving kindness, on sharing loving kindness from our heart and spreading it. In this session, we're going to really focus on compassion. So by centering yourself and becoming grounded, sitting or lying down in whatever position you find most comfortable for meditation. Once you're there, let's start by taking a couple of nice deep breaths, breathing in and holding it for a moment, and then releasing it. And doing that again, and this time hold it for the count 1, 2, 3, and exhale all the air from your body and sink down. And then breathe in again nice and deep at your own pace. And then release when you're ready. And then just let your breath flow calmly and peacefully as it does all day long, settling in to the gentle rise and fall of your breath. And once you're comfortable and centered, try to release all the tension from your body, softening yourself just a little bit, opening yourself up. Taking this time to clear your mind of any worries, letting go of the agenda of the day, releasing yourself from the busyness, and allowing your breath to connect the mind and the body. Just let yourself experience and be aware of the sensations of your breath for just a few moments. As we move forward in this session, focusing on compassion, we realize that compassion is a mind and a heart free from hatred. And when we let go of the negative emotions in our minds, then we automatically settle into a place of peace. Heartfelt compassion is the wish that others not suffer. Compassion is the urge to help others and help in their suffering. So the practice of cultivating compassion, from it we find peace and harmony. Living a compassionate life sends us into a peaceful, harmonious state. So still with your breath flowing in and out, I wonder if you could just imagine you're breathing your breath into your heart, opening it up, connecting to that true love and kindness. And as you start to open up your heart, I want you to bring to mind someone in your life who you feel an unconditional love for. Someone who's close to you. Someone who makes you feel loved. And start to notice how thinking about this person feels in your heart. Notice the sensations. Perhaps you feel a sensation of warmth and tenderness. Perhaps you feel openness. Perhaps it feels peaceful. But just continue to breathe and focus on the sensations as you visualize this person you care for. And as you breathe in and out, thinking about how your heart feels, I wonder if you could just imagine you're sending some intentions from your heart to theirs. Perhaps imagine there's a light shining from your heart and it's flowing to them wherever they are, whatever they're doing. Imagine this light reaching out to this person that you love. extending your peace and happiness, setting the intention of loving kindness. And as you think of this person and think of that intention, I want you to recite to yourself these words, sending these words to them. May you have happiness. May you be free from suffering. May you experience joy and ease. May you have happiness. May you be free from suffering. May you experience joy and ease. And just continue to think those phrases. Sending those intentions. Feeling that light extending from your heart to theirs. And feel with all your heart that you wish this person love and happiness and freedom from suffering. And know that they're receiving these intentions no matter where they are or what they're doing. And I wonder if you can bring to mind a time when this person was suffering, or perhaps they're suffering now. Maybe it was a time they were sick or had an injury. Perhaps they were struggling in a relationship or in a point in their life where they weren't happy. Just bring to mind the thought of this person suffering and notice how you feel. How do those thoughts make your heart feel? And do the sensations change from what you were feeling before? Is there still warmth and openness? Do you still feel that tenderness? Perhaps there's a little more aching and yearning to offer help. Just continue to visualize this person as you breathe. And imagine that light is still extending from your heart. And that you can use that light to help ease their suffering. Just extend it to them with this strong, heartfelt wish that they be free from their suffering. And then imagine sending these intentions as you recite them silently. May you be free from suffering. May your life be filled with joy and happiness. May you be free from suffering. May your life be filled with joy and happiness. Sending those intentions, feeling them flow from your heart. Notice how it feels. What has happened to your heart? Did the sensations change? Did you continue to feel that warmth and openness, that tenderness? Do you feel that aching sensation, that yearning to ease this person's suffering? Just feel it in your heart. And know that wherever they are, whatever they're doing, they are receiving this loving kindness, this heartfelt compassion. And then feel the gratitude for what this person brings into your life. And then release them from your mind. Turning your attention back to your breath, still breathing into your heart. I wonder if you can remember or think of a time when you yourself has suffered. Perhaps you're suffering now. Perhaps you experienced a conflict with someone you care about, or you didn't succeed at something you set out to do. Someone disappointed you. Perhaps you were ill or injured. And notice how it feels when you think of that suffering. Paying attention to your heart, how does your heart feel? Do you still feel that warmth and compassion, that tenderness? Is there a little bit of aching? Breathing into the heart. Recognize that just as we wish to ease the suffering of someone we care about, we should wish that our own suffering ends. Perhaps we can envision our own pain and suffering leave us so that we may experience happiness and joy. So continue to visualize yourself as you suffered. And imagine in the same way you sent those intentions to the person you love, you can send them to yourself. Feel that strong, heartfelt wish that you be free from your suffering. And silently think to yourself, may I be free from suffering. May my life be filled with joy and happiness. Sending those intentions to your own heart. May I be free from suffering. May I have joy and happiness in my life. Again, notice how this feels in your heart. Notice the sensations. Did they change? Do you still feel open? Are they different from when you wished to ease the suffering of someone you cared for? Did you feel any pressure? Do you recognize your own wish to be free from suffering? Pay attention to your heart. And then turn your attention back to your breath and let those thoughts of your own suffering drift away. And then I wonder if you could turn your attention to someone who you see every day or on a regular basis, but don't have any true feelings for one way or another. Perhaps it's someone you run into at the store or on the way to work, or someone you pass by at work here and there. Someone you're not really familiar with. And recognize that although you're not really familiar with this person, think about the fact that this person may suffer in one way or another in their own life. They may have conflicts with someone they care for. Perhaps they struggle with an addiction, or maybe they've suffered an illness. Just use your imagination and imagine somehow this person has suffered. And as you think about that, notice how different it may feel in your heart. Do you still feel that warmth and openness and tenderness? Is there still that aching and yearning to help? How does it feel different from when you were envisioning your own suffering or the suffering of the person you love? And I want you to just imagine, in the same way you did to the person you cared for, you send that light out from your heart to theirs. And imagine you're sending those intentions to ease their suffering. Feel it flowing from your heart to theirs, no matter where they are, what they're doing. And see if this wish can be as strong as it was for your own ease of suffering. Just allow yourself to send this strong, heartfelt wish that they be eased from their suffering. And think to yourself, as you send these intentions to them, may you be free from suffering. May your life be filled with joy and happiness. May you be free from suffering. May your life be filled with joy and happiness. And again, notice how that feels in your heart. Did the sensations change? Did you continue to feel warmth and openness and tenderness? Were there other sensations? Can you feel that you truly wish to take away this person's pain and suffering? And then feel it in your heart. That heartfelt wish to ease suffering and pain. And then turn your attention back to your breath, and with gratitude, let that person go from your mind. And as you're breathing in and out, I wonder if you could open your imagination and imagine someone in your life you have negative feelings for. Perhaps you've had difficulty with them in your life, or maybe they're not even part of your life anymore. And as you think of this person, know that you have negative feelings towards them. But I wonder if you could imagine how this person may have suffered in their own life. Know that they've probably had conflicts with someone they cared for. Perhaps they've dealt with failures, suffered illnesses. I wonder if you could just imagine that this person has suffered. And now notice how that feels in your heart. As you think of this person who has a negative feeling in your life. Do you still feel that same warmth and openness and tenderness? Do you still feel that need to ease their pain and suffering? In whatever way you can imagine, I want you to imagine in the same way you open your heart and send that light from your heart to theirs, no matter where they are or what they're doing. just extend that light out with the strong, heartfelt wish that they be free from their suffering. And see if this wish can be just as strong as it was for the person you loved or for yourself. And silently send these intentions out to them. May you be free from suffering. May your life be filled with joy and happiness. May you be free from suffering. May your life be filled with joy and happiness. And again, notice how that feels. And recognize that perhaps you have difficulty wishing this person's suffering to be relieved because of the struggles you felt for them, for the negative place they hold in your heart. But perhaps you can open your mind and remember a time, think of a positive experience you shared with them. Make that connection to a more joyful time. Perhaps there were times when you're getting along, laughing together, sharing some good times in your life. And then once again, send out these thoughts and see if they've changed. May you be free from suffering. May your life be filled with joy and happiness. And then again, notice how it feels in your heart. Did the sensations change this time when you changed the perspective? Did you truly wish to take away this person's suffering? And think about how your heart feels. And then I wonder if you could start to open your mind and recognize that all beings deserve love and kindness. That in some way all beings suffer at some point in their lives. So now that we're almost at the end of the meditation, I wonder if we can open our heart and wish for all beings to be free from suffering. Just as I wish to have peace and happiness and be free from suffering in my life, so do all beings. So just allow yourself to rest in joy and happiness and open your heart. And send your open-hearted wish to ease the suffering of all people and bring joy and happiness and compassion to their lives as well. And just imagine flowing from your heart around the world the intentions. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings have joy and happiness in their life. And just imagine your intentions flowing around the world. And then recognize the heart's unbound capacity to share compassion and love and kindness. Realize that you don't need to hold it close, that there's no reason to ration these things. So open your heart and share them freely. And with practice, realize that what you send out comes back over and over again. So allow yourself to feel the peace and joy flowing back into your life. ever so gently, in your own time, feeling how open your heart is. Gently open your eyes and move on in the beautiful day that lies ahead.